Hey everyone, in this one we're looking at sketching using technology. So we're going to be doing the same thing that we've done on paper, so putting coordinates to see if it's a straight line, but this time we're going to use some technology to do this. So you're going to have to open up either Desmos. So how we can do that is, is open up yours in your browser. It also has an app on your smartphones and things like that, so just look up Desmos and you should be able to find something, but the application looks like this in here, so it'll open up something like that. Or you're going to open up Excel. So Excel, if you can access the internet but you don't have Excel on your computer, you can access it through the web. So you type in miseq.edu.au, that comes up looking like this on your screen. Those little black, little white dots there in that black banner, if you click on it, this menu will come up, and then click on Excel. So I'm just going to do that, but my screen just looks a little bit different to yours. So there, the dots and Excel. So open up those two software technologies that we can be using to construct our graphs using technology. So that will open up in a moment. All right, so let's have a look. Desmos is useful if you're just going to graph the equation and function. You can plot your points and then check if those points are linear. So how we can do that, we're going to graph this function here, y equals 4x minus 2. I'm going to write that down just for the moment, but we're going to put it in with the points. So here we go to this one here, Desmos. I'm going to change this to settings, and it'll, here we go, a table. It has x and 1, so those values which I wrote down were on the other page is 0 and 4 to 10 and 4 and 16 and 10 and 34. So here we go. I'm just going to move this over a bit so you can see them a bit clearer. There they are, 1, 2, 3, 4 points. Now that looks like it's pretty linear. If you're unsure, we can check, and we write y by 1. So it tells us that that's what we're looking at. So here it is, y1, it's approximate. So it's this simple here. Hopefully I can see what I'm doing. There we go. So it looks like that. It's next to your 1 key. You hit shift and that one at the same time and brings that up. And then you're going to write mx1 and plus c. So there we go. So we're just seeing if that line is there. Let's see if we can change the color of it. That's in settings. So change that to a dotted line when it's blue. And then we can see that it's gone through each one of those points. It's pretty linear, so that would be a linear equation. Also, the other way you can check is this r value. So if it's a r squared is 1, then you know that it is a linear equation. So that's how you can use Desmos. The only thing is, though, to get the graphs in and out and have that so that you can appropriately label them and put them into reports is a little bit tricky. So what we're going to look at is, actually, we'll get you to do some Desmos yourself. So open up Desmos, have a go of, don't go that far, zoom in a little bit, and there's some questions there. So there's 3 tables of values. Don't forget to use that y equals, so this is what it looks like, or this is what you would be inputting into Desmos underneath your table of values. So it's y1 equals, is approximately mx1 plus c, and then it'll try and make a linear equation, a straight line for you, and then you can see what your r is. So if your r square is close to 1, then you've got a linear. If your r doesn't equal 1 or isn't close to 1, then it's probably not linear. Okay, that's using Desmos. So Excel, here we go. It can be useful for plotting points and then exporting your graphs to your report. So as I said to you, it's really useful for PSMTs. So let's get that organized. Here's my book. Hopefully that'll work. Control V. Nope. Oh yes, there we go. So I've just entered the information, but what I can do is, let's see, Control C, and see if it will do it this way. This is, see this button here? It says transpose. It's just a way to flip it so that it becomes, goes into columns. Now you want to have it in columns because that's how Excel actually much prefers its data to be delivered so that you can actually graph it. So if we go and select our data, here it is. We go to insert, we can go into scatter graphs here. So click the one that's just the freeform dots. You can see here that it's going across. It's got negative, positive values, and we can see that it's looking pretty linear there. A lot quicker than plotting graphs. Okay, if you're unsure, I'll just show you how to put in a trend line to see if it's actually doing that. So we're going to go to, there we go, chart. There we have it. So you click on chart, and then you're going to go to chart title, axis legends. You would do all those things. We're looking for a trend line, which is where? So at this point in time, I can't find a trend line in the web browser, but at least then we have the technology to, the web application of Excel. There might be someone out there who knows where to get it from this point in time. But we can see that there is a linear pattern there. So what you can do is have a go, open up these ones and determine whether or not they're linear. So if they weren't linear, you might end up having that the data, let's go back to here. Let's see. Your points might do this. That's not linear. Your points might do something that looks like this shape. They might do something that looks like this shape. Whatever the case is, if it's not a straight line, it's not a linear pattern. So that is using Excel and Desmos to construct your scatter plots. All right, perfect. Thanks, guys. Bye.